No.
Welcome, everyone. You are listening to, perhaps watching, the final episode of Division E's Calling the Audible. This is a very special episode. Of course, it is the press conference. It is our chance to talk to the victors, the champions of their own distinct division, before we head out into the finals and crown the real champion of Division E, as we do each season. I am joined with Brett Botkin, who covered the division as the writer for the division. Mo Khan is away on holiday, of course, because he considers himself to be too important. Also, he was a little shy to be here for the press conferences because Spartans didn't make it.
Yeah, exactly.
And Trinity did, which we'll cover in a second. But Brent, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for doing for your amazing article each week and all the coverage you've put forward.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem at all. For you guys at home, rest assured, the better-looking version of Mo Khan is here
Absolutely.
this afternoon.
It's not even close.
So sit back and enjoy yourselves.
So before we get into the interviews, Brent, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the teams, about the matchup. And first of all, for those not paying attention, this finals, Smoke and Axolotls, I still can't pronounce it, but it's fine. Smoke and Axolotls against Trinity in the championship finals. We have on one side a team that's very well built defensively, has sort of come up through the system. We struggled in the first season, and each season got a little bit better each time. And so they've really been built from the ground up. And on the other side, we have Trinity, young, explosive, fun, fast, new team to the league. No one you would expect until we saw them break onto the scene week one. And we have Trinity in studio with us now. But before we get to the interview, did you see Trinity being here this week?
Well, you know what? I had a chance, as you mentioned, throughout the season to see a lot of the teams, specifically these two, in person and also via my article. Trinity, I've always had respect for them. I mean, you look at their 5-4-1 record. The record doesn't exactly jump out at you, but like you said, they're a young team. They're a fast team. And with the exception of three players, one of them who's here this afternoon, and Jean-Felix, they don't have that much experience in FPF. So I find that for a team that's lacking in experience, they're bringing a very solid defense and a somewhat explosive offense too to the table. So no, I'm not exactly surprised to see them in the championship game.
What will be their key to success if they're to be successful? I said that word 10 times. in the championship game this coming Sunday, August 7th at 5 p.m. at Brossard.
Well, I think I was going to start off with, as you mentioned, their strength, which is defense. I mean, they haven't given up more than 3 touchdowns a game so far in these playoffs. They gave up 6 to the Warriors, 24 to the Spartans, and 18 to Greer. So, I mean, if they could bring that defensive strength and that success, if you will, to the championship game on Sunday, they have a very good chance of coming out on top.
Cool. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the viewers and the listeners, of course, to the members of Trinity who were kind enough to take time out of their schedule to be here for the press conference. I'm joined, of course, by quarterback Jean-Felix Marquis and Alex Joubevin?
Yeah.
I got the name right. Good. So, essentially, guys, je vais vous demander des questions en anglais. Si tu peux répondre en français et en anglais que tu veux. So, I want to start with where you guys started with. Like, how did Trinity come to be? How did you guys put the team together and register for FPF? What was the inspiration?
Oh, you want to go ahead? Yeah, OK. La dernière saison, je jouais avec Triple Sixers with Karim Shawel. Et je vais faire anglais-français en même temps. Et quand la saison finit, Karim a mentionné qu'il n'offrait pas une autre équipe pour la division de l'été, la saison de l'été. Donc moi, je me suis dit, j'ai joué au football avec certains gars. Mon frère, on va absolument jouer. Je vais appeler mes amis. Donc j'ai appelé Alexandre Sanson. Il m'a dit hey, Jumainville aussi veut jouer avec nous autres. On a joué ensemble quand on était au secondaire. Fait que, on a décidé ça. Ensuite, j'ai 2 de mes gars qui m'ont laissé dernière seconde. Fait que j'avais un de mes amis, Guillaume Foucault, qui est mon snapper. Il a décidé d'appeler Benjamin Dansero. Donc Ben il a dit j'ai mon frère aussi. Donc Ben et Antoine sont venus. Puis de fil en aiguille comme ça, il y avait toute notre équipe. Puis j'ai mon ami, vous allez voir, Eric Catalin, qui est un gars qu'on connaît tous, qu'on a joué au football. Il a joué très haut niveau comme O-line. Donc avec son gabarit, tout ça, on s'est dit que ce serait un bon atout pour notre équipe. Et comme ça, on avait 8 joueurs. C'est un peu drôle à dire, mais je suis allé au Vegas, les danseuses, un soir. Je suis tombé sur Cédric Bourbonnais. Puis j'ai dit hey Ced, j'ai joué avec lui au cégep. J'ai dit tu veux jouer au football? Il a dit certain. Et voilà le 9e joueur de notre équipe.
Ah, c'est cool. Guys, you started the season strong. You beat Sutan Clan 26-2. Then a tie against Beast Mode, where you had a chance to face off against again in the playoffs, and finally Permian Panthers. And then weeks 4 to 6, you had somewhat of a skid, 3 straight losses. What happened there? Was there any doubts as to whether you guys would recover?
Yeah, actually, we didn't have the right position for each of the player. So, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé en fait, c'est qu'on se cherchait en tant qu'équipe. On faisait des changements, on pensait à tout plein d'affaires. Puis quand on a décidé que la ligne défensive, on n'allait pas bouger, puis qu'on allait moins bouger les gars de position, c'est là que ça a commencé à bien fonctionner. Faire des jeux plus courts. Surtout changer de man-to-man en cover, en défensive, ça l'a beaucoup aidé ça.
So let me ask you then, with the changes that you guys have made since that mid-season point, do you think those are some of the changes that have led to where you guys are now? Do you think those were key changes that you guys had?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think one of our key changes was like je suis juste revenu d'une blessure, so I wasn't able to run, to move. So I was just catching the ball and throwing it. So when the defense know that the quarterback can't move, it's more easy. Like the rusher just doesn't rush as fast as he can, and every other guys just have to cover their man, and we can't make something. So and each, like Jumainville said, each guy was playing each role. And then I find that my brother was better at left side, Antoine is better at right side, Jumainville is better as my slot at my right, Eric Scottin is better at my left side. So then when we figured this, we came back and we start winning games.
Yeah, definitely the timing for routes and
Exactly.
so on is very, very important. Having the right guys in the right place. So, in the first game of the playoffs, you faced the Warriors, missing their quarterback. Bit of a wash. You guys took it to them. Was there for that game. Very explosive on both sides of the ball for both of you guys, for your team. Then you took on the Spartans.
Yeah.
The team that Mokan was hyping up. Or we both did, to be honest. They're a team that we expected to do well from the beginning, and they did. They finished with 1 loss in regular season, but 2 losses overall because you did in fact beat them in the playoffs. And then finally,
we beat them in the regular season too.
In the season.
And 2 losses against us.
The 2 losses are
The
you
two
guys.
are against
So
us,
what
yeah.
was it? What was it?
Why? Probably why?
Yeah. Why?
We
were
know
you
all
so
of them.
successful? Okay.
I played slot receiver with Alexis Bessette
Okay.
and Daniel Hernandez too in high school. And we know them, so we're kind of like, I don't know what's happening, but the spirit of chemistry is better when we play versus them. Okay. And it's not like we play versus a team that we don't know. So we're just having fun, and I think it let the stress go out, and that's why we probably...
In regular season, they were missing 1 guy at defense, so we just have used that guy. And dans les séries, we just knew what we have to do to win that game. And when we get 2 position, we were like 15 points. On était à 15 points d'avance. So we just tried to lose as much time as we can. So we let them score 1 touchdown, but they took like 5 minutes. So it was only 2 minutes left. We get our first down and we just end the game. We know how to play against them to win the game. And that's the way that we make our victory both time. And I think we saw them play like 5 times. I have them on video too. So we just analyze how they play, what were their weakness, then we take opportunity of this.
And I think it's interesting actually that you mentioned that you have a history with some of the players on the Spartans.
Yeah, exactly.
You played against them before, and it's similar to your team. You said at the beginning that you put together a team with basically your brother and a bunch of friends that you're close with.
Yes.
Do you find, or how do you find that the closeness of your team, how do you find that the fact that you guys are able to gel together so easily, how do you find that that's able to translate onto the football field?
But that's communication. That's communication. And when we speak, everybody's listening. Nobody, no matter who's speaking, like everybody can talk and everybody can put their 2 cents. And that we have a good spirit, and we love to play football.
Yeah, exactly. But we have something. We make something interesting. I think we name 1 guy as captain at the offense, 1 guy as captain at the defense. So this guy have to fix our problem. So, example, in the offense, it's Jubainville. Like, I'm the quarterback, I know, but he's watching what we're doing at the offense. He's like, okay, Jean-Felix, change this. Stop throwing to the brother. Maybe this guy is just watching him all the plays. Sanson maybe he's more open, or he's calling the timeout when I'm like, okay, my game, go, and I'm stressing everyone. He's like, okay, let's take a timeout, let's take 1 minute break, and that way that we can make something good in offense. In defense, it was supposed to be Antoine, but he's like, maybe he's missing. Yeah, he missed 4 games, I think. So my brother take that role, and he's talking to each other. But now I'm back in the defense because I'm back from my injury. So I'm calling the play, I'm calling the shot, and everyone's want to listen. Everyone wants that we have one goal. It's to win the game. We don't care like if someone make a 7 pick or something. Oh yeah, we're happy. But like, okay, good, you make the team win the game. So because we have the spirit to one goal each other, tout le monde ensemble, exactly.
Everybody,
So
we have one goal.
exactly. So when we reach it, we're just happy. So that's why we communicate a lot. And I think I answered that question.
On parle beaucoup de les gars comme Antoine Danseur-Leclerc, toi, puis ton frère Jean-Félix. Mais c'est qui le gars sous l'équipe, Unsung Warrior, le gars qu'on parle pas beaucoup, mais il est comme vraiment un joueur important sur l'équipe?
Benjamin?
Yeah,
Benjamin,
our
our
rusher.
rusher. He said
6 sacks in the playoffs, that's a big deal.
Yeah, he started the season say, okay, Jean-Félix, I want to play with your team, with Trinidad. It's fun. I don't want to rush each game. I hate that role. So he started
It
first
says every
game.
rusher, by the way.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
one game, Eric Scatanet took 1 sack and said, no way, never will lose a sack again. And by the way, if he got that sack, he has 21 this season. He was equal to Niederman, so maybe
Yeah,
he will
maybe
have
with
one.
defensive
So at
player.
the end, it was like, no way. And when we played against G-Warrior, last game, I said to Ben, I think you're better than Niederman. No offense, Niederman. I say, I think you're better than him. And he made 3 sacks against Year. And the quarterback have only 5 in all the season, and Niederman didn't even touch me all the game. So I was like, at the end, I say, you're the guy. I think he take 2 bad penalties, but he know that our defense can make the job. So he's playing a little bit harder. He's pushed himself he's giving it 200%. I don't know, you have something else to say?
Well, no, he played. He's always in his mind, like every game he's there mentally. So I think that's a good thing, and he's always speaking to us like we don't give up, even if we lose by 1 point or 2 points or 3 points. We don't care. We just love to play football, and that's why I think that's why we're here now.
And I want to ask you sort of one last thing. I think you guys, obviously, you have a lot of good players. You talk about Benjamin, yourself, both of you actually, your brother Vincent, Antoine. How hard is it, especially you're the captain of the team, right?
Yep.
How hard is it to, I guess, deal with you have superstar receivers on your team. Let's call it what it is, right? Do you find it's hard? Do you have any egos on your team, or as you mentioned before, everyone just stays in line?
When I start the season, I say to my guys, I will throw each game I will try to throw the ball 3 times in your direction each game. After like 4 games, it's just impossible. Sometimes the guys I can.
Depends on the matchup, right?
Yeah, exactly. Depending on the matchup. So
Exactly.
sometimes one of my guys like, you didn't throw to me. I'm like, I know you're good. I know you can do the job, but you didn't. Where I am, I can see all the plays. So I know the guy in front of you is not looking at you. So like, I'm gonna fade out and I will be open. But all my receiver can do the job, and that's why I think we're really good. Like. All our guys have 1 TD or more. Maybe I'm thinking I scrap everything because I have 1. All the guys have like.
You know, there's you and Cedric Bobarin.
Yeah, but Cedric only
Only play 5 games.
normally plays on defense.
Yeah.
And I have played 1 time in offense, and he threw me a pass for the
threw him a
TD.
pass.
Exactly. So, but all the other guys can catch the ball for the touchdown. So I know my wide receiver good, my slot are good, and my snapper. And if he snap good, okay, it's a joke, it's an inside joke. I can throw him the ball. You have like 20 catch, everyone can make the job. So it's, I know.
We don't have sloppy players.
No.
Well, definitely, like I said before the interview, or maybe I should say it for the interview, but you guys obviously have a lot of football experience. It's obvious watching you play. Why are you guys the best defense in the division?
Hi, good
Wow.
you say that.
That's a good.
Well, I've been saying it all season, so why did you make me look
Yeah,
good?
so but
You
Mokan
want a
always
justification, right?
Yeah, but Mokan is like les bonhommes jaunes. Yeah, we know.
Or Spartans.
Yeah, Spartans. Why are we so good at defense? You can.
we have the speed, I think, and we communicate a lot. I think if you watch if you watch us play in defense, you can hear at least one person, just one thing, calling the ball when it's thrown. That's the first thing you learn when you're DBs on football. You know? And
I think I have the answer. Yeah, we have a complete trust for the guys at our right, at our left, behind, or in front of us. When I'm running, for example, if I'm running deep, I know that Alexandre Sanson is going to cover my short, and I know that Benjamin is maybe going to take the sack. And if the ball is thrown the other side, I'm like, I know exactly what the guy is at the deep side. For example, it's Alex Jubainville. I'm like, Jubainville, bar is yours. I say ball is yours because I know he's throwing to his receiver, but for me and for all our defense, he's throwing for us. That's why we have like 35 interception, maybe.
For sure.
And 50 PDs. The ball, when you throw the ball against us, it's to us that you're throwing. So your receiver have to make the play to catch the ball, and we make the play to catch it. Sometimes we tip the ball and the guy catch it in the end zone.
Yeah, that's like I had 2 PDs and welcome Spartans.
So quickly, just because we're running short on time, guys, just quickly, why will you win the championship? 1 or 2 sentences.
Because we're the best team. We're the best defense. We're the best offense. Like that's easy. That's
Like the confidence.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we play football so good the past 4 weeks. It's like we just play good.
And Jean-Felix, you have an amazing beard. Do you use any particular products?
Yeah. For your information, I just cut it like
amazing.
2 years ago. Not 2 years, 2 hours ago.
Okay.
This just grow like this naturally.
That's amazing.
I
This
do
morning he looked like me.
absolutely nothing.
And that's about as awkwardly as I can transition to break.
Thanks a lot, guys.
As always, the quickest countdown back from break provided to you by our producer, the Eagle on Master Control. Eagle, by the way, since this is our last week until the finals, thank you for all the work you've done each week. Thank you for putting up with me each week. I know I'm very difficult to deal with. Brent, the other team, we just spoke to Trinity, the other team that we will be seeing in the finals is Smoke and Axel. It's a team that I'm actually really happy to see move forward. It's a lot of guys I know in the league, a lot of guys I've scrimmaged against. It's really, I love seeing sort of homegrown teams that struggle from the beginning and then each season get a little bit better. What's been the key to their improvement each season?
I mean, I think personally the key has been production of the quarterback. This is the second season that we've seen Jordan Rossi at the QB position, and as you know, whether it's the NFL, the CFL, or here at FPF, quarterback is the most important position, and the production that they've gotten out of that position has been pretty solid. I think this year, as you mentioned, I mean, they've been together now, I believe it's for 4 seasons, right? You guys, 3 seasons. You guys had a 2-win season, a 6-win season, then 4, and now you guys finished off 8-2. So obviously, there's a lot of winning and a lot of success going on with your team.
We saw in the semifinal game, Brent, Smoke and Axels beat Smoke 44-39. Another close game. Smoke and Axels beat that team twice this season. Given that that's difficult to do, was that a surprise to you?
I don't think it's really a surprise. I mean, I had the fortune of watching that game firsthand, and I mean, Smoke and Axels, I mean, the beginning of the game, they had their way offensively with Beast Mode, who actually is a strong defensive team in and of themselves, and actually they're good on both sides of the ball, considering what they did to Les Bonhommes Jaunes in the quarterfinals the week before. But Smoke
Beast Mode won 44-19.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. And actually, that game was over by halftime as well. But going back, I should say, to last Sunday in the semifinals. Smoke and Lancelot just came out, handled their business. They made it a little bit entertaining in the second half. They allowed a bit of a comeback to transpire. But I mean, they made plays when they had to make plays, and they ended up coming out with a W. So again, they're a team that's been together for a while. So I'm not really surprised to see them winning now when it really counts.
We are joined in studio with Stefan Fens. Steph, you're captain of Smoking Axles,
Yep.
I believe. I know because it's been your team for a while, and I remember
That's it.
even from your first season, you came over from, I believe, CMSS, right? Where you were quarterbacked in CMSS.
Yeah, well, we actually started off at Heisman's.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Won the Div 6 championship our first season, and then due to cap reasons, we never put the team back together, and that's how Smoking Oxalatos came up.
So the name, is it because you hate us, or
Just want to make things interesting for you guys, give you guys a hard time to pronounce the name. So.
I hate you?
Yeah. No, honestly, we wanted something that people couldn't pronounce, and somebody else on the team wanted the word "smoke" in the name, so we said, okay, we'll do Smoking Oxalatos. And
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. You guys are showing, at least in the playoffs, that you guys could win in many different ways. I mean, in week one, a divisional round against the Tigers, you guys blew them out. You guys won 39-18. That game was done pretty early. Against TDs and Beer, it was a defensive slugfest, but you guys managed to pull that one out, 18-12. And as we just mentioned, with the 44-39 victory Tuesday night against Beast Mode, you guys shown you can win the blowout games, obviously, but you've shown you can win the tight defensive games as well as the shootouts. What, in your opinion, has been the biggest key to success, I guess, for your team? And why has your team been so versatile, at least in the playoffs so far?
Yeah, well, I think that actually is our strength. We are just that versatile. We're able to adapt very quickly to different schemes that we see from a defense or from an offense on different sides of the ball. I think if you look at the people on our team and the roster we have, we're just solid all around. We don't have any weak spots. We're all good football players. We're all veterans. We've all been around the block, and we communicate very well as a team, and that's why we're successful.
Okay.
which Rossi brother is a better football player, Jordan or Jason Rossi? I'm gonna get you in trouble tonight.
Yeah. I told Jordan after the game on against Beast Mode, I said, this is a Peyton and Eli moment, So, that's kind of how I look at them. We have Peyton and Eli, so they're both good football players, and they have
Not
their strengths and
answering the
weaknesses.
question, man. What do I do? Which one's got better game? Like in terms of picking up girls?
Got to go with Jason on that one.
He seems very charming. He seems very charming.
That's it.
Sorry.
Go ahead, no, please, go ahead.
Have you talked to Rob about maybe getting a personal camera or getting Jason mic'd up for when he yells at Jordan, or you haven't
We
crossed
got to
that
mic both of them up. The one you really got to watch out for is Coco, though. He's kind of the silent but deadly guy.
Jason
though,
Kokolaki.
so, he's the guy you got to watch out for.
Okay.
Looking at this team, what's been the key in your development? You heard Brent's opinion as to what it took to get you here. What's been the key change? What took you guys from a struggling team to being a competitor in the finals on the biggest stage in FPL?
Yeah, I mean, quarterback was a big thing. I mean, just the evolution of Jordan going from a rookie quarterback last season to stepping up his game this season. I mean, he's really stepped it up, and he's been a big reason. We brought in some other people. We brought in Chris Brockwell. He's been really solid. Will Power has been solid.
I've been on him since the preseason, since we
That-
had a
that-
scrimmage
best name
together.
in- best name in football.
Best name in football, and honestly, he looks like he's not old enough to go drinking with the Rossies, but he's awesome. He's a great player.
Yeah, he's actually away at camp right now because he's sinned too much, so his parents sent him away for 2 weeks.
Will he be there for the finals?
No, he will not be there for the finals. So we brought in Joseph Safakis, another veteran that we played with before. So he's gonna step up and help us bring home the trophy.
As I was saying before, I mean, you guys have been together for a while. None of you guys have won a championship, however. How much does that fuel you guys to obviously come through on Sunday?
Yeah, well, I actually won a trophy my first season with Heisman's, but the Rossi brothers, I mean, they've been here a long time. They're hungry for a trophy. They're very motivated. Same thing with Jason Kokolakis. These are a lot of veterans that have, been in the playoffs consistently every year and just haven't had their shot, and this is the year.
Okay. Going back to that game against Beast Mode, where I mentioned, I mean, you guys had your way with them in the first half. And I find it was really ridiculous how Chris Brockwell was open on the sideline all game long. I think you were next to me on the sideline, and I was mentioning that, how he was doing 10 to 12-yard hooks, and they refused to cover him, which made no sense to me, but that's their business. What happened, though, in the second half? I mean, they actually outscored you guys in the second half. I believe it was 26-24, and they made what seemed like a blowout game come down pretty much to the last play of the game is when you guys won. This is what happened.
Yeah, I think we took our pedal off the foot. We got foot off the pedal, so to speak.
The other way is bizarre.
Yeah. Sorry. We got to make sure we keep the pedal to the metal the whole game. We got to finish the games out and take it right to the end, and not let up and not get complacent with even when we're doing well. We got to make sure that any team in Div E or any division is a good team, no matter what their record is. And even if you're up by 2 scores, you got to make sure you close out the game.
So, Steph, you and I are both brave men in that we live with wonderful Colombian women.
That's true.
I want to ask you, what's your favorite Colombian dish? Is it arepas? Is it sancocho? What's your favorite Colombian dish?
I actually like something called empanadas, which are like
Empanadas are
little
awesome, yeah.
pastries with meat inside. Those are really good, but they take like 20 hours to make. So
Yeah, it's only for us. My girlfriend's sister will make them. That's the only time we'll get to have them because my girlfriend doesn't have the patience to make them.
Same with us. We don't make them at home. My aunt-in-law makes them. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think it's pretty safe to say. I mean, obviously the 3 of us are on camera, and there's, I want to say, about 6 other people here, including Eagle. I think it's pretty safe to say that Stefan's the coolest guy right here in the room. I mean, his lady's Colombian. He rolled up in a Camaro. It's parked outside.
Not bad. It's pretty.
It's not too shabby, my friend. Not too shabby at all.
life's good. Life's good.
I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. I'm happy for you guys.
Thank you.
I've said all season, Smoke and Axels have a higher division defense. Like you guys play like what you see a lot of in Division 4, Division 3, and upwards. Guys that shoot gaps, guys that take away first reads. Essentially, you're not just reacting to what you see. You're not just playing complacently in your zone. You're actually reading the play and removing reads. I noticed that especially in the first time you guys played against CDs and Beer. Brad Evans had a lot of difficulty with that because he just wasn't used to seeing that. Is that the strength of your defense, or do you feel as though there's something else that we're not noticing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that plays part of it. I mean, we're all veteran players, right? We don't have any rookies on the team, which is a big part. We've all played in higher divisions for a number of years, so we bring that to the table. But we also communicate. Every play, we're communicating, talking about what we're seeing, making adjustments real time on the fly. Even as plays developing, we're calling things out to each other. So that's really our strength in that. We operate as one cohesive unit and lock down other teams.
That's fair.
All right, now, obviously, you mentioned the quarterback position with Jordan. Besides him, who do you think's been your team MVP so far this year?
That's a tough one. I mean, if you look at our team, we don't have that one, superstar that's been carrying.
Choose
the
one,
team.
Steph.
Choose one.
Choose one. You're getting in trouble tonight.
I'm going to go with Will Power.
Nice, because he's not going to be there at the
He's not
finals.
going to be
Nice,
there.
well
He's
done.
not going to be there. He's No, but honestly, I mean, if you look at what he brings to the table, he's very, low key. Teams don't pick up on him. But if you look at his stats, I think he's had like 20 catches and 12 touchdowns. So he steps up and
He's a very dynamic receiver.
Very
His
strong player.
ability to adjust the ball in the air is
Yep.
incredible. Like you see him and you don't expect him to be that kind of receiver. But he has all the makings of a dominant FPF player. Why will you guys win the finals this weekend?
We're the best team. Come on.
Trinity said the exact same thing. So why are you better than Trinity?
I mean, I think we're the most rounded team. I mean, I think we have the better defense. I think, we get a lot of press about our defense, but if you look at our offense, it's just as explosive. We don't have any weak spots. They can try and double team Jason Rossi, but Coco, Chris Brockwell, Martin Geary, they're going to make the catches, make the plays. Jordan has the confidence that no matter what route a receiver is running or who they are, they're going to bring the ball down if he throws it to them, and that's really our biggest strength.
And I think, obviously, you mentioned your offense. Your offense can put points on the board, as we've seen throughout the regular season and the playoffs. I think it becomes, your defense is talked about, but how exactly do you guys intend to stop the dangerous Trinity offense? I mean, again, they're led by Vincent Marquis and Alexandre Dansereau-Leclerc, 2 really good receivers, especially for Division E. How do you guys go about stopping them?
Yeah, I mean, I can't share everything. We got some tricks up our sleeves, but I think we're just going to stick to what we're doing. It's working well. We're adjusting against a lot of teams we played against. We haven't given up the least amount of points in FPF, but we have a bend but don't break defense. We may give up some plays, but we're going to make sure we lock down, and that's I think what's going to be key. They're going to get some yards, but they're not going to put up the points, and that's why we're going to win.
So obviously you're not going on a limb here saying that you're going to get the W. What about a final score? What do you think it'll be?
I think it's going to be 32-18 in our favor.
All right.
I hope it's not a blowout because I've had to broadcast games that are blowouts. It's not fun. It's annoying. So I hope it's competitive, but for your sake, I hope you're right. Anyway, thank you, Steph, for taking some time to talk with us today.
No problem.
It's been fun. Also, one last question. Can we hire you for FPF Media next season? Because you're awesome.
Yeah, sure.
You're the best interview I've had in a while. It's been entertaining.
Have your people call my people.
Yeah,
And,
I am my own people. We don't have people for FPF.
If you want,
Eagle's my people. I have Eagles call you.
if you want, we do a car exchange. I have a Buick Allure. I'll take the Camaro any day of the week, hands down, brother. I got you.
We'll drag race for it, all right? Thanks.
Sounds good.
And,
Thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
With that leads us to the final games of the week. And there's one game of the week. It is, of course, the finals. It takes place at... I lost the page. Where and when is the game?
It's taking place at the Bell Sports Complex with Habs practice in Brossard at 5 o'clock this Sunday.
Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m., as you said. Smoke and Axel will face Trinity. For those of you who have never been to the FPF Finals, for those of you who have never seen it, we actually do a live play-by-play broadcast just to give you guys an idea of how far we've come. In the first season that I played in FPF, there was a finals. 6 months later, the broadcast came out with the play-by-play dubs done poorly, where they were not even synced with the video properly. Now we do it live on the spot. It's been the brainchild of actually myself and Eagle and Master Control. We now have live play-by-play, live replay as well. We're looking at integrating some new features as well into this game. So we'll leave those as a surprise because we don't know if they'll work yet. And with that said, if you haven't yet seen it, it's an amazing experience. It's really cool. It's really a tribute to our players because there's no need for us to do this. FPF is already the most powerful brand. It's already the best league out there. But it's our tribute to our players. You know what? You've done a lot you've accomplished a lot to get to this stage.
Definitely.
So we want to make sure you realize how special it is. Brent, your pick. I stalled enough. Now you've mulled it over. What do you think's gonna happen?
I gotta say, you know what? I was actually gonna wait till my article came out tomorrow night, giving my finals preview. But you know what? Since I'm replacing the all great Mo Khan on the show, I'll give my pick tonight. I gotta say, I think it's gonna be a close game. I mean, the majority of the games I've seen in the last
Sunday, 5 p.m. August 7th, Smoke and Axel's Trinity at Brossard Field 3. Quick last two questions for you, Brent Bodkin. You, myself, and Mo Khan will be in the booth for the play-by-play. How many sexual innuendos, plus minus, do you think I will use in the game?
I want to go with 12, I'd say.
It's not bad.
Yeah, definitely
Every
double
couple
digits.
minutes. I like it. And how many do you think Mo Khan will get?
Maybe one.
I'm going to go with 0. Thank you, Brent Bodkin. I want to thank Jeff Marquis and Alex Jubinville from Trinity, as well as Stefan Benz from Smoke and Axel. Thank you for all the teams that participated. Thank you, Eagle, once again for all the work you've done all season long. But most of all, most importantly, thank you all for letting me